If I had to start over and grow my Instagram following from scratch in 2026, I know exactly what I would do. I have tested a lot of growth strategies over the years and seen firsthand what really works, what burns you out, and what actually fuels growth over time. Hi, I'm Sabrine. I'm an Instagram creator with over 15,000 followers and senior brand and community manager here at Buffer. In this video, I will walk you through 14 strategies I'd use to grow my account intentionally from the ground up. Whether you're stuck at 300 followers or hovering near 10K, this is for anyone who wants their Instagram to feel purposeful and grow at the same time. Got a notepad? Let's jump in. Number 1, prioritize depth before reach. You can't chase virality, but you can plan mentality. So, if you're still under 1,000 followers, your goal shouldn't be to go viral on Instagram. You need to bring depth to your content first and lay a strong foundation to build trust with your audience. I would start by clarifying 3 simple things. Who am I talking to? What am I helping them with? And what do I want them to feel when they land on my profile? Simple. People follow accounts that feel relevant, personal, and relatable. That trust builds over time, and a strong foundation helps you get there faster. 2. Optimize your Instagram bio. Your Instagram bio is not your resume. It's your promise. It gives people a high-level view of what you do, what you post about, and what they can expect by becoming part of your journey. Here are a few things I would focus on. A clear one-liner about who you help and what you talk about. A link in bio that leads somewhere useful. This could be your website, a Buffer start page, or another destination of your choice. Wherever you take them, make sure it's value-driven. Another one. Pinned posts in your profile grid that showcase your best work, or a reel that answers your most commonly asked questions. Treat your grid like a storefront and make sure your most compelling content is right up front. If it feels random or confusing, people will walk past your profile. They might still engage with a post or two, but to turn that curiosity into commitment, you need to take it a level further. 3. Create a shareable post format and stick to it. Find one content format or style you can consistently create and that's easy to share. This could be a video, a static image, or a carousel. For me, it's usually a 60-second talking head video on a self-improvement topic that I already apply in my day-to-day life. Remember, shareable content equals content your audience wants to watch more than once, send to someone else, repost, or save so they can come back to it later. 4. Be a consistent creator. Being consistent doesn't mean that you're online all the time. You can grow without posting every single day. We recently analyzed more than 2 million posts sent from Buffer, and the data told us a very clear story. Posting more times per week leads to more growth, and not posting at all can lead to a loss of followers. Posting between 3 to 5 posts weekly can more than double follower growth rate compared to posting 1 or 2 times weekly. Posting 3 to 5 times weekly could boost your reach per post by around 12% compared to your baseline. Remember, posting 3 times a week for 3 months will teach you more than planning for 3 weeks. Some of my best performing posts were the ones I almost didn't publish, but I made it a point to show up anyway. If you want a shot at that golden ticket to virality, you have to enter the lottery as often as you can. So set a realistic rhythm, stick with it, and watch your content drive real, measurable growth. 5. Use tools to work smarter, not harder. You can't be everywhere all the time. And in order to build a scalable system to grow on Instagram, you have to work smarter. To keep up with my posting frequency, I personally use Buffer to batch create content ahead of time and give myself a longer content runway. Auto-publish when I'm offline so I can unplug and recharge while growth continues in the background. Track what's landing in one place to avoid cognitive overload and gain deeper insights. It's all about adding structure to your system without the stress. Don't be shy. Give Buffer a try. More details are in the caption. 6. Use carousels with strong first slides. Carousels are the underdog of all content formats. They still perform really well, especially if your first slide hooks people in with a hard-hitting truth or agitates a problem that your audience is actively trying to solve. So instead of tips for creators, try something like, if your reels aren't getting views, try this. Or I changed this one thing and my reach doubled. The hook matters more than the aesthetic of the carousel, so make it count. And remember, value-led content gives you a much longer runway for shareability. 7. Show up in stories and use engagement tools. Stories are where trust builds. People appreciate lived experiences that give them a peek into a problem you solved, a lesson you learned, or a chapter of life you survived. I host a podcast called The Lavender Fix, and I often use stories to share behind-the-scenes moments with polls to understand what topics my audience is most interested in, a face-to-face check-in sharing details about an upcoming episode, a link sticker to a new episode, a casual behind-the-scenes moment from one of my recording sessions. Remember, you don't need perfect lighting or a script to show up in stories. Just be you. 8. Reels, but make them easy for you. I can't say this enough. Reels are the name of the game. They can feel like a heavier lift if you're not super comfortable in front of the camera, but it's a muscle you build over time. Here's what I would do. Record a bunch of videos throughout the day. You on a walk, drinking coffee, working on your laptop, socializing, and stitch them together with a compelling voiceover that tells a story. Next, you could also try filming a talking head video with easy-to-follow tips, plus captions and fun sound effects. Here's another one. Capture a quiet moment of you sitting in one place, maybe just enjoying a cup of coffee, and add a question as text overlay, and then expand in captions. Consistency over perfection. The more you film, the more comfortable you get with the process, and that in turn sparks even more inspiration for your next video. 9. Nail your call to action. This one is really important. What action are you hoping someone takes after consuming your content? What's the value being delivered in the end? This depends on your goal. Maybe you want them to listen to a podcast episode. Maybe you're crowdsourcing ideas, or maybe you're asking for their opinion on something. Here are a few examples. Which tip was most helpful? Agree or disagree? Want a part 2? Invite your community in and create space for thoughtful action. 10. Use collabs strategically. This is a personal favorite of mine and one of the fastest ways to grow on Instagram. Post collaboration content. This means co-creating with other people and inviting them to co-publish. It creates space for shared brand equity and helps your content travel much further. That might look like a co-created carousel or a reel, story takeovers and tagging each other, joint giveaways, or shared resources. The possibilities are endless. Collabs mean double the exposure and double the fun. Join or start conversations. Every single reply or comment puts you on someone's radar. It's a portal to more exposure and an opportunity to build real community. It also shows that you care about your audience and take their feedback seriously and believe in reciprocity. Real relationships lead to real growth. So, invest early. Pay attention to meaningful conversations in your own comments and make an effort to engage with posts from others in your niche. When they see you supporting them, they'll often come back and support you. 12. Track what's working. Sometimes you have to take a pause and become a better listener. That means tapping into the data insights that are already there. The ones that tell you what your audience actually likes and resonates with. Personally, I like to focus on reel plays, saves and shares, and follower sources. This will save you so much time by showing you where to double down instead of creating content just to fill the feed. Watch closely for those patterns and evolve your content strategy as you go. 13. We're almost there. Test different formats. Once in a while, I like to post something unexpected. Don't get me wrong, reels are definitely my thing, but I also love testing carousels. They're a lighter lift, offer direct value, and often get more saves. Whichever format you use, it could center around a few different things: a raw thought, a bold take, or a photo with a caption. Testing different formats gives you the space to experiment and learn, and offers fresh insights into what resonates more with your audience. Lastly, number 14, remember that growth does not equal worth. Follower count is a lagging indicator, not a reflection of your value. It's so easy to forget that when you're in the thick of it, when a post underperforms, when someone else takes off, or when your numbers plateau. But what I've learned over and over again is that forming a deep connection with your audience is the real win. It's that moment when someone says, "Hey, that really helped me." So yes, grow your presence, but set realistic goals so you can pace yourself and still feel creatively energized. So, if I were starting from zero in 2026, this is exactly how I do it, by showing up with purpose, creating high-value content, and staying consistent to uncover the patterns that ultimately lead to growth. If this video gave you new ideas or made you feel less alone in the growth journey, give it a like. And hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you've got some tried and tested strategies that really worked for you on Instagram, share the wisdom in the comment section below. The Buffer team is rooting for you. See you next time.